Hey guys, I'm Lon here from Banana Oasis. Today we're going to talk about how to grow Anthuriums indoor. So here I got 5 Anthuriums that I mainly grow indoor in my studio. I'm gonna show to you guys what species of Anthuriums are there and how do I grow them indoor. So here is the Crystallinum luxurians. I believe I got this from Rayup. It's actually my friend as a gift. It's a Crystallinum round crossed with luxuriant dark form. You can see that it's a really pretty plant. Another one will be Anthurium luxuriant Crystallinum. I believe if you look into my YouTube previous video, I already show how do I report the Anthurium. This is a plant that I did a report last time and how well it grew here and adapted to the environment indoor. You can see it's a really pretty and huge plant. This is a new foliage that has been grown for weeks now and it's finally hardened. I think this is the second new leaf that is growing indoor here. So another one will be the Anthurium Crystallinum crossed with Anthurium debilis. And I believe this is another one. This is also a cross of debilis. It's an Anthurium magnificum crossed with Anthurium debilis. And the last, it's also my favorite, is Anthurium Crystallinum. All of this plant I got as a gift from Rayup. And there's one word that I remember vividly when I visited his greenhouse. He told me to grow Anthurium well, we will have to provide a conducive environment so that they can only thrive in that conditions. What does it mean, conducive? So we're gonna talk a few more notes here so that you guys can understand how to grow Anthuriums indoor. So as you guys can see here, I grow my Anthuriums indoor, I think for about 3 months already. This one is close to 2 months. I think the rest is about 2 months and a half, and they are growing new leaf, no doubt. They are also adapting really well. And I would like to let you guys know what's the key to keep them healthy indoor is number one will be the temperature. As Ray mentioned previously, conducive condition is really crucial. So to provide them a stabilized environment, we will have to look into the temperature first. Same goes to other plants. But Anthuriums specifically are really fussy about temperature. So when I talk about temperature, it will be perfect to actually grow them in the Celsius degree about 24 Celsius degree to 28. More than that, they would start to show a lot of yellowing leaf and also kind of a stress symptoms. So temperature will be the key. Another one about temperature is when you have the temperature right, you will have to get the airflow perfect. So as you can see here, we are enclosed indoors. So what I did for the airflow is I will open up the fan when we close down here in our warehouse and studio. I will open the fan in the night. So in the morning, I will open up my air conditioner, which also to cooling the environment here. So the airflow is really important, number one, and also the temperature. So after we talk about the temperature, the second crucial key that to grow them indoor is actually about light. Unlike the Rayup greenhouse, it has natural sunlight ray from the top there. So in indoor, we will have to artificially create a condition that is right for Anthurium to grow. So for us, I'm using some Growlights. So the only Growlights that I use here is actually the Soltech from America. The brand is we imported together with a few importers. And I only use one Growlight on top of all the Anthurium collections I have indoor. So with the Growlight is correct, and when the light is sufficient, I think the plants will grow well for them to process photosynthesis, and therefore light is actually quite important. If you don't have any light, I think you can grow the Anthuriums right beside the window because they are not really fussy about lighting, unlike Philodendron and Monstera. So Anthuriums are really fussy about temperature, like I said. That's why I put it in key one. Key number two will be the light. So any plant needs light, just that Anthurium need less light compared to another kind of Aroid. So for me, I think one grow light is enough to support all the collections that I have here in my studio. So it's really important to understand that when you grow the plants indoor, it's totally different compared to outdoor conditions. When I talk about outdoor, I'm mainly specifically talk about Malaysian climate. So all the Malaysians know that we have a really drastic and volatile outdoor conditions. Sometimes raining season, sometimes will be too hot, and sometimes will be too dry in the sense that it's too hot and humid. That's the word to summarize it. So the temperature will be fluctuated all the time, constantly. It will actually make the plants really unstabilized, and it will make the plants stress in general. So indoor, right, when we have the condition right to make them grow healthily, the third thing is about the soil mix. So the only soil mix that I use here is really chunky and porous from the Plant Doctor's Magical Aroid mix. Inside consists of perlites and also a lot of chunky media such as pie barks, compost, and a lot of others amendments to make the aerations. That's why the plant is growing really well, and I'm using the Airy pot also. So that you can see there's a lot of hole for the roots to breathe through, and even clog the soil here so the water will not stagnate in the pot there. So after talking about 3 points, number 4 will be the watering. I mean, when you grow the plant indoor with a really good airflow, right, the water will evaporate really fast within a few days. So for me to observe when to water them, you can actually look into the moss on top of the layer. I'm using 7A grade moss as a mulching, so that you will see the aerial roots are growing really well and then clinch on the moss itself to retain the moistures. So when I see the moss on top of the layer start to dry out a little bit, and I will water the plant roughly until you can see the tray is full of water. And when the tray is full of water, I will stop watering, and then after a few days later on, the water in the tray, right, will actually slowly absorb the water from the bottom to the top and will stay moist constantly. But in general, I will just water them about 3 to 4 days once, for my indoor conditions. So you will have to observe your conditions and also your environment so that you can understand when to water them with the perfect soil mix that I mentioned previously. Alright, so here we come to the last part. When you have all the conditions right and also the facts to get the plant to grow healthily, and the last and also the least things about the plant is fertilizing. Everyone thought fertilizing is really important to grow healthy plants. For me, I don't really think so, because you have to understand the conditions to make sure they're growing well. Fertilizing will be the last that comes in to feed the plants to grow healthy and bigger foliage. So for me, I generally use control release fertilizer from the Plant Doctor's Vitacote. This is a high nitrogen, which we call it a leaf booster. In general, I will just use this one for all the foliage plants such as philodendrons, anthuriums, and also monstera. So I'm using this one, and in occasions, I will just feed them with my Vitafolium seaweeds extract. I will dilute them. In the same times, when I'm watering my platysium, the rest of water remaining, I will just use it to water my Anthurium. So this is the only fertilizing that I do for my Anthuriums collections in the studio. Alright, everyone will understand that when you got all the 5 keys to grow perfect Anthuriums indoor, then the last, you guys will definitely ask the questions about what's the pest problem? For me, not to boast, I don't have a lot of pest problem here, because when you get all the factors correctly and also the condition right, like I said, temperature and airflow, soil mix, watering, and also the lighting, when all these 5 keys has been correctly provided, and the pest problem will eventually eliminate it. Not to say that completely, but sometimes there's some maintenance that we have to do. So for me, the only pest problem that I have to take care of will be a bit of fungus gnats. So in occasion, I will just spray them with neem oil just to wipe the leaf clean to prevent some spider mite, which I don't have it here. I will just spray them with a bit of neem oil and then wipe it with clean cloth to create a plant that looks shiny effect. And I think that's the only pest maintenance that I do for my plants indoor, especially Anthurium. So to grow perfect Anthuriums indoor, I can't promise that because everyone has different conditions and also environment. But if you get all these 5 factors correctly, like I said, temperature, lighting, watering, soil mix, and the last will be the fertilizing. So when you get all 5 of these correct, I don't think the plant will have any problem. But if you can't really provide the grow lights for them, you can actually look for a more alternative way. Try to grow them right beside the window. So how to know whether the lighting is correct? So you can actually indicate by sky visibility. The more sky it has, the brighter indirect light it has. So try to move it close to the window so the plant can actually receive more sunlight to process photosynthesis. And the rest is actually quite simple. If you want to know the product, you can check out the link below in the descriptions. You can find all the products that I mentioned previously. And yeah, happy gardening. It's really easy. That's all for today, guys. If you like the video, please share to your friends and family. And if you want to see anything new, drop a comment in the comment box below. And subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye bye.